Here we've got a comment. So in reply to Blackheart103, what the hell does your shirt say? My shirt says, oh wait, wrong shirt. His shirt, Day Sleeper, was kind enough to say Heisenberg, as in Werner Heisenberg, the physicist, and that's kind of right, but also kind of wrong, and I think someone actually explains it better, so we'll get back into that later. Thank you for that, Blackheart. So Nicholas McDonald, he asks, what is your job? My job is to entertain you in the nude. So, you know, me and you in the nude, and so we'll talk about that later, because this is YouTube, and this is not... Never mind. I don't even know where I was going with that. Devontae Pratt. Hey, buddy! This guy. Oh, man. This guy right here. We got a weird history together. It's kind of weird to say that. Basically, I don't even know. It's such a weird, confusing kind of way how we ever even got to know each other. But, God, there was this one day where we tried to FC YYZ on guitar and bass and be the first ever double FC. But, of course, he had to always fuck it up because he's so bad at bass. Even though I kept screwing up in the solo, so ultimately it was because of me we never got that. But then like a week after we stopped doing it, someone else got it, and there were people who were shittier than us, so that was kind of weird. That was back in the heyday of Rock Band 2, so there's that. Guitar Hero Morello, he say, on your LP channel you have Catherine pictures, and in your Rock Band videos you have Vincent singing in his boxers. Why didn't you do a Catherine LP playthrough? Well, you see, the thing about that is that Catherine is kind of a very, I don't know, it's kind of one of those games that I want to do extreme justice, and right now in the current state of affairs, I would not be able to conclude such a product, so I'm kind of waiting until I make it, you know, make it be able to work, because if I don't, then I'll be dissatisfied, and Catherine is a game I want to do with great trepidation, because there are several different outcomes, and the way I want to present this walkthrough is in the sense that I can show every possible outcome, and the only way I could really think of how I could do that would be simultaneous playthroughs with different things, because literally 80% of the game is story, 20% is puzzle orientated, everything else. So it'd have to be one of those things that I have to study incredibly well. I've already, you know, played through it extensively, and I was thinking about going through doing a good playthrough on medium and then an evil playthrough on hard. However, there's also a neutral path, which I hope doesn't spoil anything, and each path has different outcomes. So if you go completely good, you have 3 outcomes. If you go completely bad, you have 3 outcomes. But if you go neutral, you have 2, or something like that. There's like a true and a good and a bad. I'm thinking of that wrong because there are 7 endings total, so maybe there's just 2, 2, and 3. Like 2 good, 2 evil, 3 neutral. I think that's how it goes, and I want to show every single one of those, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that without it being too much of a pain on everyone else as well as myself. So we'll get to it when we get to it, and it doesn't help that the puzzles are always randomized, because sometimes it'll be really easy to solve, other times it won't, so it's not like I can just, you know, practice and then play it right afterwards while it's still fresh in my memory, because it'll have changed. So there's that. Thank you, Guitar Hero Morella. He also watches the new No Elison Cruise videos. Here we've got SuperGigaman. Since I recently started getting into iPhone games, would you consider doing LPs like that of Nova? Well, actually, I am surprised. I kind of do know who Nova is, and I kind of watch some of his stuff sometimes, but I feel like I would turn into everyone else, and whenever they make a video of like Happy Wheels or what is that other one? The other one that he always does. If I did that, I would turn into other people, and they just completely copy either him, PewDiePie, or the other guy who was like Justin, or whoever was the other third big player out there who does those kinds of games. And I probably, it's not really exactly something I really would interest myself in, because I would probably just get bored, and I'd rather just watch, you know, someone else do it. So there's that. Thank you very much, SuperGigaman, but I probably will not get to those iPhone games anytime soon. Is that even an iPhone game? I don't know. So anyway, so Day Sleeper 318 asks, how are you so goddamn sexy? Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much, they make the sexy time in the bedroom, and depending on which positions were done during said sexy time, that actually completely contributes to the genetics at which the sexiness is produced. Therefore, that means it was been a good night, I guess. So anyway, Mr. BubblyBob asks, Breaking Bad t-shirt, dude, I fucking love you. Well, thank you very much. Yes, it is a pretty sweet t-shirt. Unfortunately, it's dirty and in the wash, so. Oh, wait, never mind. Just kidding. Thank you, Mr. BubblyBob. I love you, too. If you don't love Breaking Bad, then I'll have to kill you. So, I don't know. So the Dark Angel, 144114441 says, your cup matches your shirt, epic dude, epic, extremely happy face. Well, that was actually completely coincidental because I had actually was wearing another shirt when I started that video, but then I had to come back to it later, and then I went and started doing my laundry, and I had just gotten that shirt out of my prior laundry. So that sounds kind of weird to say, but basically, and then I just randomly made coffee, so that was kind of nice that happened. So yes, coincidences, epic dude, epic. Thank you very much, Dark Angel. I like when you comment to my videos. I don't know if I think you are a girl, but if not, then whatever. Thank you. Review Runner 67 says, really like your LPs. Thank you. That is, if you could have addressed that to me in a form of a question, it would have been appreciated. But at the same time, your comment is greatly received by the recipients of my stomach. Thank you very much. Riot Patch asks, or says rather, I'm actually surprised you don't have more subscribers. You're awesome! Tongue face. Well, you see, I feel like I'm a little bit difficult to actually kind of get into. Like, I don't know, it seems like you'd have to be like a long-time subscriber to actually get half of what I say in my videos. Because I just have this weird way of presenting myself, I suppose, but whatever. I guess there's that. Thanks for saying that, by the way. That means a lot that you think I need more subscribers. Maybe one of these days when I don't suck at making videos, I'll get more, so. And then Ox161, I think this one actually comes as a reply to Riot Patch. Well, depends on the game. Dead Rising was easy to jump into, but something like Eternal Sonata is just difficult since the game itself isn't too interesting. Stay frosty. I mean, when it takes 20 minutes for a main character to die, only for her to come back at the very end, yeah, talk about not staying interesting. I actually really enjoyed Eternal Sonata, but I just griped throughout the entire time, so I think that might have been part of it, because, you know, with the right person can make that game extremely interesting to play, and the way I played it was just kind of boring. And Dead Rising, which I think I did like simultaneously with Eternal Sonata, or maybe before, that one also was kind of interesting to do also, so there's that. So thank you, Oxa161. I will stay frosty if you so insist. Zapper002. How much have you spent on Rock Band DLC, peripherals, and software, and how do you afford it all? Well, like I said, I only got a job last year, but since then I've been buying it all myself. Before that, I actually had very generously been offered by a buddy of mine, Darren Sanchez. He actually bought all of the Guitar Hero DLC, with the exception of a couple packs here and there. He bought all of them for me, and the way he did that was that he would let me download his account. I'd buy them on my Xbox, so I didn't have to be on Xbox Live while playing it on his account, and then he would take his account back, and then he'd re-download it, and then we'd play together that way. So it was like 2 for the price of 1, which was awesome. And he would do a couple of Rock Band packs here and there, like I know Avenged Sevenfold was a big one, and then a couple others, but he was awesome in helping me do that since I got a job. You know, it's been a lot easier buying Rock Band DLC, but at the same time I've been needing to save up. So, and then peripherals and software, I don't know if software means like the games, I'm guessing it probably does, but I would have to say probably in the thousands of dollars. I haven't bought too many peripherals. The only peripherals I actually bought outside of what came with the game would be the Mustang Pro Guitar, as well as the, I'm trying to think what else. That's it. Everything else I bought with the game. I got the Band Hero band kit. I still have those guitars, as well as the Pepsi guitar, if you guys remember that in my naked vids. And then I got the Beatles Rock Band kit, which sucks really badly, by the way, and that's because there's a refurb kit, which I don't really mind because it's the entire game and set. The game and everything was new. It's just the guitar and the drums were at one point broken, and then they fixed them, but they were still kind of shitty. That cost me like $60, so I was like, hell yeah. So, and then the rest is just the stock instruments. I have Mad Catz fucking cymbals. Everyone knows how grade A Mad Catz equipment is. And there's that, I suppose. So I'd have to say probably maybe in the thousands, because that's also DLC and a lot of, it's been mostly consistent. If you could really think about it, once a week for every week of the year, that's $5. So that in itself would be like 52 weeks times 5. That's just like, you know, $270, and that's, you know, including the Pro DLC and whatever random off days there might be for that week. But there's that. And if you think about it, it's just like a cup of coffee, you know. I mean, would you rather buy Rock Band DLC for the week or a cup of coffee? And, you know, my answer is clearly the coffee, but I already get DLC, so The coffee will suffice. Thank you very much, Zapper. Love Boat Captain 28 asks, what is your most played song on Rock Band? I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I think it might have to be, I'd have to say probably Under Pressure by Queen, and it's probably because it's such a fucking good song and because I played the hell out of it trying to get the first FC on it. And that one also has, I've been working on like a harmonies video on top of the full band, you know, the pro equipment, all that setup, and I've been thinking about doing one of those one of these days, and I've just been getting really kind of not wanting to make very many full band videos or any kind at all on that account. And I think a lot of you guys have probably seen it's probably kind of a drought, and that'll end soon, hopefully. So wow, we're almost up to an hour here, so I apologize if you guys are still watching. Thank you so much. Oh man, I should do like a special thing right now to kind of show, you know, show my gratitude and thanks to you, but I won't. So just congratulations. Okay, and yeah, I would probably have to say Under Pressure, and I'm sure there's probably another one that's up there, but I can't think of it right now. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. So my Beetleboy 60, thank you, by the way, Love Boat Captains. My Beetleboy 60, this guy likes to send me messages and such. So there's that, I guess you can take that how you will. Ever think of doing an LP of Super Mario Sunshine? It's a good game to play and say funny about. Well, you know what, Mr. Beetleboy, I like to say funny about many things, and Super Mario Sunshine, I don't think I would be able to bring much funny about to that particular game, mostly because that's probably one of the most overdone LPs of all time, and that's not to say that's a reason not to do it, but I just think that it'll probably just literally, no pun intended, drown amongst the other LPs of it. And do you think I really have anything, you know, to bring to the table of Super Mario Sunshine in terms of, you know, let's playing and stuff? I mean, I enjoy the game. I've beaten it so many times as a kid that I really enjoy it, and I've seen like 5 LPs of it, including speedruns and stuff, which is weird because I don't really watch speedruns too often. And I would enjoy doing it. Wow, I got like a weird thing there. I might do it one of these days as like a one-off, you know, summer of fun thing. Summer of fun, that sounds so like juvenile, but maybe. I'm not going to completely write it off, but I would not consider it a pending project in the slightest. So maybe one of these days, but as of now, probably not. Mika JL87, he stopped commenting my videos for some reason, and he stopped answering my calls and, you know, returning them. He changed his email address also. He moved away. Not a word or a letter or anything. Are you going to school? If you are, what are you studying? If you are not, what kind of career are you interested in? Okay. So this is kind of a good question. I am not currently going to school, so I'm not studying, but if I'm not, what kind of career am I interested in? I'm kind of interested in a multitude of careers, which is kind of weird. I think it's kind of the over-ambitious side of myself, and I say that because a lot of you know I'm probably, well, if you don't know, then it's been strongly implied throughout my LP career, I am overly ambitious by a ton. If you guys look at my LP 2012 preview video, you'll know that I've only done 2 of those projects that I have done there, and there are probably at least 20 that I've previewed there, so that must be LP preview 2012 to 2020. But with that being said and done, I kind of want to go, I'll just say this really broadly at first, and then I'll kind of elaborate in a minute. I want to go into music, film, or psychology. The music I want to do because I like music. I'm not exactly a major in music, you know, music theory. I'm kind of retarded in that sense, but I've been learning kind of quite a bit. I can tune by ear, if that makes any sense. And for those of you who come from the Rocksmith videos and you're like, oh man, this guy can't tune, the game makes you tune to their tuning. Even if you've tuned it correctly yourself, you have to play by their tuning or the notes won't register correctly. And I'll probably make a video kind of updating that sometime. Probably not, actually. I don't even know why I said that. So I want to do that, and when I say a career in music, I just mean like make music, make albums. If you guys don't know, I'm currently not really in a band, but I'm rather, it's a 2-piece project with myself and my younger brother, and it's so dumb. Right now we're going as Eli and the Sons, which, as you guys know, is my rock band name, and that's just, it's really dumb, but whenever we introduce ourselves, it's so funny, because we do get live gigs. We do a lot of live, high energetic gigs, which I play guitar and sing. My brother plays drums. He is a beast at drums. I don't know if you guys know, he's like fucking Pete Townsend. He's like fucking Roger Daltrey on drums, and like, it's awesome because we actually, it's so weird, like our connection, like we know exactly what we need to do in order to make whatever we're doing work, and it's really intense. I have a couple videos that I've uploaded. None of them are really like super good, but we also do acoustic gigs as well, which are also pretty well. We've written a couple of originals that have included like piano and such, but it's kind of hard to play when you don't have like a recording studio, notoriety, or anything. So I was thinking about starting another channel just for our music projects, mostly going to be covers at first, and whoops, until we can get a better microphone. I think this one's actually pretty good for that, but I don't want to really like, I mean, it works fine, it's just kind of, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable uploading on that kind of quality quite yet, but we'll see when we get there. And then, what was I talking about? Yeah, we play music together, so hopefully we'll make an album as a two-piece, not as Eli and the Sons. I can't really think of a good name. Oh yeah, the way we introduce ourselves is kind of like an homage to the White Stripes, who would be randomly up there. I'll be like, hey, something, something, it's good to see you guys, thanks for coming out. My name is Elison Cruz, this is my big brother Gabe Cruz. And then when people would come ask us, and it's funny because my brother is huge, he's like, I don't want to say fat, but he is pretty damn chubby fucking fat. And so everyone actually does think he's older than me, so it's kind of funny. I'm like, this is my big brother Gabe Cruz, and then Jack White would always go like, my name's Jack White, this is my little sister, or big sister, Meg White, even though they were married, and I think Jack White's actually older than her, so it's kind of one of those weird things nobody would really get unless I said it. So there, the internet knows that tidbit of history, I guess. And then there's that. We play music. We like playing a lot of songs. We do a lot of, not really random music. A lot of our songs are like simple, I'd say, like, you know, the Black Keys, White Stripes. We played a couple of Vampire Weekend songs, which is kind of weird. We played I Know What I Am, Band of Skulls, you know. There's a couple. We played the Decemberists. We also play, I'm trying to think of our entourage. Like usually when I play on drums, because we do switch off, we do like Who songs, the Beatles, and Zeppelin, a little bit of Zeppelin since he does that. We also play a little bit of Hendrix. My brother does guitar and Hendrix. I think he's probably better all around than myself, but he cannot sing for shit. He always does like the who is that guy again? Not Bob Hope, Bob, the other one. Dylan, fucking whatever his name is, Bob Dylan or whatever, and he always goes, ah! And it's really fucking annoying. So I like to consider myself the better singer than him. So, and he's taking like a choir class. He's in chamber choir. I don't know if you guys know about that, but that's like the I am the great. No, just kidding. But it is seriously exactly that. That is what he does, and he cannot. I don't know. Sorry. And then film. Okay, sorry. This is getting really off track. Film.